Hey guys, it's Paul here from Babelteq, and I just wanted to make a quick video for you to talk about SEO, so search engine optimization for your website. Now, SEO is a pretty complicated topic. If you do want to learn more about that, I suggest you go to the blog section of the Babelteq website. There is a blog article on there which breaks it down, and in fact, there's also an hour-long video which I made with Rich Tweeton on there, which you can watch. So a lot of meaty, valuable information in there. However, even if you're not interested in going into SEO so much, there are a few basic things which I think you should be aware of when it comes to configuring your pages on your Babelteq site. So what I'll do is let's go to the dashboard. Okay, and if we go to my pages, right? So this is listing all of the pages which I have on my site, which you're probably familiar with. Now we can see on the right side here you have this column for SEO, and there's a few things here, and they're color coded. And so this is a handy, quick way of telling us about any problems which we should fix. Um, so each of these squares represents something, and so I'll just explain now what these are. Um, so the first one here is the T, which is the title. So here it's in green, which is good. It means that there's no problem with it. Um, so it's telling me that it's built from the page SEO meta input. So that's kind of saying that the title for this page is automatically created, but we can't find any problems with it. It's automatically branded. Yeah, that's fine, and the length is good. So it'll add up the number of characters that are in the title, because you want to keep the number of characters to an ideal length, not too short, not too long. Um, so that's the customer panel anyway, which is that's the sort of thing that you wouldn't really worry too much about whether it ranks well in Google or not. Um, Something, however, like yeah, like maybe this one, for example, the course booking page. So, or let's say, yeah, okay, let's look at this one, the email offer page. So this might be the page where I want visitors to come to that page and give me their email address in return for like a downloadable PDF. It's the email squeeze page offer, and so that might be a page which I would like to see do well in Google um, over time. So let's just check on the SEO health of that page. So we can see that a couple of squares here are in orange, and orange is a warning that there could be something that you want to improve. If it's red means it's a critical problem, but if it's orange, it's just like a suggestion that you can do something to make it perform better. Um, so T stands for title, and it's saying that the title here is too short. Okay. D stands for description, the description of the page. We'll have a look at these things in a minute, and it's saying it's too long. Okay. And I stands for indexing. The page may be indexed. So indexing means that Google can index this page, and Google can include this page in their search results index. Now, you wouldn't necessarily want every page. You don't necessarily want all of your pages to be included in the Google index. Um, why would that be the case? Well, let's say, for example, um, so this is my email offer page, but here we got the email offer thank you page. So this is the page where somebody goes to after they submit their email. So they submit the email. That email gets passed through to my MailChimp email marketing platform, and then they get redirected through to the thank you page. Now, I wouldn't really want that thank you page to come up in the Google search result listing, because potentially people might just go straight to that page and it's confusing for them. So they wouldn't know why they were there. There's nothing for them to do on that page. It's just a thank you page. So that kind of page is something that I wouldn't necessarily want to have indexed. And if we look at this page here, the it's saying indexing page may not be indexed. So I've set this page to be excluded from the index. Um, it's saying the robots metadata tag does not allow indexing. So that's fine. That's what I want. So in fact, let's take a look at that page. If I click on the edit link here. Okay, so this is where all of your page SEO settings are, and there are not too many of them. So we try to keep it as simple as possible. So you can see here the meta title. So this is the title. If I move my browser, my cursor up the top, that's the meta title there. So what you see in your browser tab is the meta title, and that's also what appears in the Google search result listing. So that's quite important, the meta title. And here it's saying it's 37 characters. That's good. Okay. The meta description. Yeah. So it's saying it's good length, 132 characters. So so the description is what appears beneath that title tag in the Google listing. So it tells visitors what the page is about. So here, not so important, because as I mentioned before, we don't really want this page to be, this is the thank you page. We don't really want this page to be indexed, but that's what these represent. If we take a look at visibility, you'll see what I'm talking about here. So these robots meta settings. So indexing, I've set this for no index. So you have the default setting, which is index. You can explicitly set it to index, or explicitly set it to no index. And I don't want this page indexed by Google, so I've set this to no index. So you can check your pages, like all your thank you pages, I think should be set to no index. No follow, no archive, not so important here. I would just set them to probably to no follow, well, no follow, no archive, if we're also using no index. I guess that's a simple rule of thumb. The social tab here. So this is the kind of thing which will appear when you copy and paste a link for this page into, say, Facebook. So when you've probably seen this, when you paste a link into Facebook, it'll copy the title of the post, and maybe a short description of what the post is about, and you'll even get an image usually as well, some sort of a clickable thumbnail image, and all of that stuff is taken from what we call the open graph information. So by default, I think it copies whatever it finds as in the title and description. But if you want to override that and use something else, you can explicitly do that here. Twitter, for reasons which I'm not too sure about, don't use the open graph. They use something else, their own system. So if you care about Twitter, then you can set your own title and description for Twitter. And you can set the image URL. So remember before I just said that you often get that thumbnail, which is a clickable thumbnail. So by default, I believe what it does is it just looks through the page and it just grabs the first image that it can find, and that becomes your thumbnail. But that image might not be the best image for you. You might want to set some default. Well, you might want to set a different image. Like you might have a really great graphic or something that you want people to use when they share this link on Facebook. So if that's the case, you can add that to your media library. There we go. So that's the image that we're using here. But if I wanted to select something else, I could just pick some other kind of image from my media library in here. So that's what those settings are all about. So let's go back to my pages. And so this was telling me that it's telling me that my title is too short and my description is too long. So let's just fix those then. Okay. So so you can see that what's done here is it has added the site name to the end. So in my demo site here, I'm using it's using the site name, which is AgoBiz, and it's just appending, not prepending, appending to the site title. If I wanted to remove that, I could just check the box, and it would take that away. And so I can just type something in here. Okay, so what are we going to call this? This is the email offer page. So what are we offering here? Free ebook PDF, 6 tips for more professional business English. Okay. Okay, so let's call it six tips to improve your business English. Free. Okay, how about that? All right, that's good. And we might want to give this a shorter meta description as well. So let's say, I don't know. So let's say yes. So submit your email and receive our free guide to the 6 ways you can improve your English. Okay. Okay. Right, so it likes the length of that, so that's good. So I'll hit update here. Okay, let's take another look at my pages. Okay, yep, and now we're all good. So, oh, where are we? Email offer page, yep. So, what's it saying? Not branded. That's okay. So it's just saying that we haven't included the title at the end. You know what? Let's go back and do that. Let's add the site title. Let's append that. Yeah, okay. Yep, it's still within the character limits. Let's update that. It doesn't hurt to have your branding at the end of your title tags, I think. Let's have a look at my pages again. Okay, so we're all green now, so we're green and good to go. So yeah, so that's what these color-coded squares are all about. So you can use the SEO settings to really improve the way that your pages show up in the Google search listings. And at the very least, I'd say, you want to pay attention to the title, the description, and the indexing. Um, so make sure that the key pages that you want Google to find are set to be indexed. All right, well, I hope that's been helpful. And if you have any questions, be sure to reach out and I'll do my best to answer them. So bye for now.